My girlfriend wants to take a stressful job and I foolishly set an ultimatum against it. We have been together for 7 years now. She, 28F, has been thinking about taking a stressful job which will leave her with no time to do anything. We did that before when we were right out of college and we didn't have any money at all. It was hard. I, 27M, was able to handle the soul-destroying nature of 60+ hours a week a bit better than her. She was a mess. She leaned a lot on me emotionally to get through it. She was close to burnout. She was starting to become unhealthy. She was also had a habit on lashing out on me. She always apologized, but I don't like being yelled at. Being yelled at fucks me up, and those 3 years were the only time we got into yelling matches. It was without a doubt the worst years of my life. We had to move for my job and she was able to get a much less stressful job and higher pay job. She became much more happier, a lot less annoyed, and we were able to patch our relationship and grow closer. I told her that, if she took that job, I would have to think about where this relationship is going and if I can handle the emotional turmoil that comes with it. I realized that it was not the right thing to do and I am a fool for letting my fears and panic take over, make a manipulative attempt to force her to not take the job. I am planning to apologize for this. I thought we had paid our dues and could try to climb the ladder slowly. Try to build our life slowly, get married and start a family. We have talked about this and she says she wants all the same things, but I don't know anymore. She wants to take a job which has really great pay and would set us up for great things. We are really comfortable right now, and even if she takes another less stressful job, it would not be a huge difference. She is promising me that she will handle it better this time. My emotional reaction is not to trust her on this. I know that is unfair, but she almost said the exact same words when we were in the bad patch after fights. But the thing is that if she doesn't, I don't think I will have the courage to leave her when she is struggling. I won't be able to deal with the guilt. I don't know why she is doing this. We are doing well. I know that she isn't a greedy or materialistic person. She loves her current workplace and culture. She has scope for promotions. She loves her work. It seems really odd that she wants to switch all of a sudden, especially to something which would be soul destroying. When I asked her about it, she said it is the money, and I asked her if it is worth the money. She just shrugged and changed the topic. Someone pointed out that it could something may have happened at her current work. I really fear I have fucked things up due to setting an ultimatum and hurt her feelings a lot. I feel like a shitty boyfriend. She was willing to move for me even when she was reluctant to do it. She has pointed out that I am placing my career above hers and that I didn't get to dictate what she did with her career. TL, doctor, my girlfriend is planning to take a job which is really stressful. She has other almost equal options. The last time she was in such a job, I was in the receiving end of some really bad behavior. I am scared about what her taking a stressful job would mean to our relationship. People in the comments are insulting you for being a misogynist for not wanting her to take this job, but she has a history of being abusive when she is working long hours. You were right to set an ultimatum, but you set it about the wrong things. Your real fear is that the job will damage your relationship because she will take out her stress on you. So you should communicate that instead. I am happy for you to take any job you want, but I don't want to go back to how our relationship was when you were so stressed all the time. If this new job means we return to you lashing out at me due to stress, I will have to reconsider our relationship, because that's not a healthy way for either of us to live. It doesn't seem like the problem here is that she's considering a stressful job. You don't mention anywhere that you're worried that her working long, hard hours will negatively impact your ability to be a couple, her ability to help out with housework, etc. Instead, what you're writing about being worried about is that if she takes a stressful job with long hours, you'll have a repeat of her using you as a punching bag when she's stressed out. In other words, your ultimate wasn't if you take this job, I'll need to rethink this relationship. Your ultimatum actually was, if you go back to verbally abusing me, I'll need to rethink this relationship. Sit her down, apologize profusely for the ultimatum, and tell her she's well within her rights to take this job if she wants it, and that you will support her fully. However, you cannot tolerate another period of being yelled at and treated aggressively, and she shouldn't expect that from you anyway. under any circumstances, because that's no way for anyone to live. So, as far as you are concerned, she can go ahead and take the job and you'll be there for her. However, you have to be treated with respect, and that is non-negotiable. Should I, 22F, tell my best friend, 23M, I've been catfishing him? Technically, this isn't a catfish in a traditional sense. Let me start from the beginning. So when I was a kid in grade school, I remember all the adults would always tell us that when using the internet, you should never give out your personal info. It was hammered into us as kids and I internalized it when using the internet. When I would go on online forums, I would always lie about my age, name, race, etc. Instead of interpreting it as just don't give out your info, I interpreting it as just lie about your info. I never used someone's picture as mine. Anytime someone asked for my photo, I would just say, oh, I don't really take photos or my camera is bad. Basically, when I was 10, I joined an online anime forum and did the same thing. Made friends, but always lied about my age, said I was older, name and race. Eventually in this forum I ended up making a pretty regular group of friends, so they would be people I consistently talked to and played games with anytime I logged online. We all got really close, although of course over the years we drifted apart when some of them stopped playing the game. But me and this guy were one of the few who consistently logged on for years, and grew really close. He'd tell me about his personal problems and I'd tell him some of mine. We never talked on the phone, just consistently on this site. This was always a platonic friendship, never romantic. This went on for 8 years. Eventually we stopped talking because we were both in college and just too busy to really log in that much. I never fully quit the game, would just log on less and less, once every 6 months to once a year, just to see what changed on the site. Every time I'd log in over the years, I'd see a comment left on my profile from him, hoping I was doing well, and I'd return the comment. Okay. So, fast forward to college, my sophomore year. I'm sitting in one of my classes and I notice him. Yes, him. From the game. I know what he looks like because sometimes people would post pictures of themselves on their profile. I never did and always avoided when people would ask me what I looked like, because at this point I knew Google reverse image search was a thing, so people would find out I was lying immediately. I'm literally in disbelief when I see him because we never shared our location in the game, never told him where I lived / going to college, and neither did he. I realized in some super weird coincidence, this kid I've been talking to for 8 years lived in the same state and attended the same school as I did. I went all of sophomore year not talking to him because I was just so weirded out by it. But by junior year both of us had joined organizations that frequently had meetings with each other, so we were put in positions where we had to talk to each other. Him and I talked and we became friends, like really close friends. We regularly hung out and became best friends. It's been 3 years and I'm now starting to consider if I should tell him that I'm the same girl he used to talk to on the site all those years ago, or if I should just keep quiet. I don't know if he'd be weirded out by it or find it funny. I guess I feel kind of guilty for lying to him all these years, but I wonder if it even matters. Too long didn't read. Found out a friend I used to talk to in a forum for 8 years went to the same college as I did, and through chance, we actually became really close friends. On the forum I would lie about my age, name and race but never send pictures. Now I'm wondering if I should tell him it was me all along. Edit, need to add this, I did not put myself in the same location as him on purpose. I didn't know he lived in the same state or attended the same school as me. I went all of freshman year without seeing him. When I did see him, I purposefully ignored him until I was forced to talk to him. I cannot stress this enough. This is exactly why I decided not to tell him, because I fear he will think I was stalking him when I wasn't. When I joined the organization I did, it was for personal self-help reasons, and then I found he was in a similar one. I would totally tell, since something astronomically unlikely happened and I wouldn't want to be the only one who knew about that. It's really easy to explain why your personal info was faked, but the more awkward thing is explaining why you knew about this for 2 years and never brought it up. But the story itself is just too good not to share. it's probably even good enough to make local news. Yeah, I'm not sure what to say about keeping it a secret for so long. Just always thought he'd be creeped out if I told him when we first met. But now I realize that keeping it a secret for so long is where the creepiness factor comes in. Frowns. Dear Lord, you should have told him a while ago, haha. The longer you wait the weirder it gets, dude. Yes, please tell him. And then come back here and update us on how he reacted. I'm extremely curious now. You could phrase it as a question, maybe, like, hey, this might be weird but I used to have internet friends and you look just like one of them. Any chance it's you? Also, this happened to me. I made internet friends and then found out randomly after a year that one of them was actually a classmate. We figured it out at the same time though. The world is weird. Definitely tell him. I think faking all the info when you were a kid is super reasonable. But now that you know him in real life, continuing to hide this is not very reasonable at all. Your safety is no longer a concern and it's weird to hide it. My BF, 24 meters, complains that I, 22F, am not feminine etc. enough, and then complains when I change, saying that he doesn't want me to change for him. Need advice. Pretty much the title really. I just want advice. I'm drunk and sad right now. I've spent the past week pretty much constantly idle for unrelated reasons, and I just wanted a nice evening together. We were meant to be going to the pub tonight with friends, but my BF got cold feet and didn't want to go. I was just in a good mood and was smiling, but I was laughing at him for not wanting to go and he snapped and swore at me. We ended up having a discussion about how it made me feel, and he blamed himself for him making me feel really sad. I tried to explain that I've been just feeling really bad in general lately, but I don't think he really understood. He ended up leaving because he was upset and didn't want company tonight. I try to avoid fights because I have a lot of trauma from previous relationships / family shit. He complains that I'm not feminine enough, so I wear makeup more than I want and started shaving. He said tonight when I was taking off my makeup that I shouldn't change myself just to make him happy. But I only did it because he complained so much in the first place. But he's pissed off when I do what he wants. I'm just so tired and depressed about everything right now and I don't know what to do. I love him and he's a good person and makes me happy. But I just need to feel like I'm good enough, and I don't know how to fix my own head to help this. TLDR. My BF complains that I'm not what he wants, and then complains when I do change because he doesn't want me to change for him. Also, I'm just drunk and upset in general, so sorry if it doesn't make sense. This is a manipulative tactic. It's meant to put you in a no-win situation and gradually wear down your self-esteem. If you are not what he wants, then he needs to find someone who is. You need to do the same. A relationship you be easy. You should like each other for who you are all the time, not just now and then. Not just when you look good, or in a good mood. All the time. Don't change for anyone but yourself. If you like the way you are, someone else will like you also. But, that person will not find a way into your life while his energy is shutting you down. He'll move the goalposts forever to make you doubt yourself. It's not you, it's him. Get out of there and don't let him mess with your headspace. Criticism without an offer of solution is just needless judgment.